This is breaking news from News Channel 11.
Welcome to News Channel 11 at noon. We continue to follow an reported explosion, what they are calling an upset in the process at Eastman Chemical. I'm Casey Marler.
And I'm Amy Lynn. We want to get right to the latest information. Of course, we have been on the air over the last hour bringing you the very latest details as we get them. We just received official word from Eastman. Here is what they are saying. They're saying it happened around 10 o'clock this morning. They say it was a process upset in the coal gasification area of its manufacturing site. They say that upset created the loud noise and the visible plume of smoke. We are taking a live look here over Eastman Chemical with our Bays Mountain Skycam. You can see the scene right there. They are saying important, no one was injured. They say employees have now taken a safe haven. Here is some important information that you need to know if you are in and around Kingsport or know someone in and around Kingsport. And an excess of caution, this from the folks at Eastman. Our employees are currently sheltered in place and we are working to secure the area until more information is known. Near neighbors are advised to do the same. Shelter in place. What does that mean? Stay indoors, number one. Turn off your HVAC systems, number two. More information will be updated on Eastman.com. The Eastman care line is 423-229-CARE. 423-229-CARE. We will continue to update this information, give you that phone number again. It'll also be on our website. The most important information, if you're in and around Eastman Chemical right now, stay indoors, number one. Shut off your HVAC systems, number two. And keep updated both on WJHL.com, Eastman.com, updating information, as well as the care line, 423-229-CARE. And important to note, too, we have received word from the schools. They are on a shelter in place as well. They've been given all of that information. Everybody kind of in a holding pattern right now. Again, a live look over Eastman Chemical over there in Kingsport. The roads have been blocked off. We're told John B. Dennis in certain areas, keeping everybody back and away from the scene. We're now joined by News Channel 11's Curtis McLeod. He is at Wilcox Drive in Kingsport, and he has the very latest developments. Curtis, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good evening, Casey. Amy, I can tell you right now, we are a ways away from what happened here earlier, that section of the plant. I want to show you over here in the distance. This is the area where that situation happened earlier. We were there on John B. Dennis Highway, but we're asked to move by authorities for our own safety. And as you mentioned earlier, Casey, about those requirements, they're asking people to be on alert. When we arrived, there was heavy plumes of smoke coming from Eastman Chemicals after that situation happened, and it was pretty chaotic. A lot of people pulled to the side of the road. A lot of people not knowing what had happened here. So many people are, of course, still want more answers about what happened here. I'm going to bring in Elizabeth Kubel. She's our Kingsport reporter right now, and she's been working her sources and talking to several agencies here throughout the morning. Elizabeth.
That's right, Curtis. You mentioned people really wanting answers. A lot of people have been asking us, what's going on. So we in turn are asking those people, the fire officials, what is going on here? When we did, they said we don't know exactly what was going on. Of course, we did just get word from Eastman. They did send out that release, but Kingsport fire officials did tell us that they had several trucks that were dispatched to this incident here, several trucks that Eastman requested for them to help. Now also, Casey and Amy, I know that you guys mentioned it at the top of the show, the schools here are sheltering in place, and what that kind of means is they're just doing it as a precaution. It means that school is still operating. They're just kind of staying inside and just making sure that things go smoothly. They, of course, are continuing to stay in contact with Eastman and with Kingsport Police, Kingsport officials, and just taking their lead on this situation. Of course, a very developing situation, as Curtis and I can tell you. We are continuing to continue to get more just reports and more details, and of course they will develop throughout the afternoon today.
Yeah, a very fluid situation as we learn more details about this situation, this upset that Eastman had earlier today. Now we want to go right now to News Channel 11, Sydney Cameron. She's standing by with a little bit more information.
All right, thanks so much, Curtis and Elizabeth. You know, we want to kind of give you an idea of where this is happening. This is on John B. Dennis Highway. As you know, if you are familiar with the Kingsport area in Eastman, you know this is a major campus off of John B. Dennis Highway. We've been talking about how part of John B. Dennis is actually closed this morning as authorities continue to investigate. We know that John B. Dennis from the McDonald's, which is right around this area, is closed on downward. So in this area, we have a lot of hotels and gas stations, including a Holiday Inn Express, a Comfort Suites. We have a lot of neighbors also back over here in this area as well. They are all being told to shelter in place and turn off their HVAC systems. We also know that Kingsport City Schools, they are also sheltering in place. This is a look at that explosion. You see it happening right now on your screen. You see that fire in the middle left side of your screen, as well as that smoke kind of going into the air. This is what happened earlier this morning. This is what caused a lot of these questions. We didn't quite know what happened, but now we are getting word that it was an incident that happened there, and it was called a process upset. That is what Eastman is calling it. This right here is video from a viewer, Leslie Freeman, showing that same scene from a different angle. You see that smoke, that white smoke, that black smoke, really billowing very high into the air. Obviously a very scary situation for many people that are living out in that area, working out in that area, really wanting to know what's going on. So we're getting a lot of information coming in from Eastman. It is being called a process upset, and we know that there have been no injuries reported, so definitely some good news there. And Eastman is saying that the proper authorities have been notified. We can only assume that they're talking about a state agency, because they're saying that the proper regulatory authorities have been notified. So we will continue, of course, to follow this developing story throughout the day. So you want to stay with WJHL online at WJHL.com and right here on air on News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities.
And right now we are seeing a beautiful day today here in the Tri-Cities. Temperatures here are starting to warm up, but we do have a new tropical depression in the tropics. I'll let you know what's up with that coming up in a few minutes.
And we are following, of course, the latest developments on that reported explosion at Eastman. We will continue to update you with any information that we receive on air and online. You can find that at WJHL.com.
That's a live picture. This, however, is video of the incident that happened at Eastman. It happened just before 11 o'clock this morning. Look, right in the middle of the screen, a fire, a plume of smoke from the buildings. And we have since heard from Eastman Chemical Company with the statement that we brought to you earlier. They're calling it a process upset in the coal gasification area, which you're looking at there from earlier today. And they're asking everyone to shelter in place and to turn off the HVAC system. Adding to the complications of the day, I do want to throw this out real quick. Eastman already had a scheduled event today. They were testing the safety alert system at the time. It was scheduled from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So there was a test going on at the time of this explosion, and certainly adding to the confusion as we've reported that all week long, and then all of a sudden this drill becomes reality. We have it covered from every angle. We will continue to cover it on air and online. You're watching News Channel 11, breaking news coverage of an explosion at Eastman Chemical Company.
We are still following this breaking news situation at Eastman Chemical Company in Kingsport. You are taking a live look at the facility right now where you can see some smoke still billowing into the air. This is after a process upset. That is what Eastman is calling it, a process upset in the coal gasification area of the site. We know that Eastman actually manufactures a lot of plastic materials. So this happened around 10 o'clock this morning. No one is injured, but out of an abundance of caution, we know that employees are being asked to shelter in place. People in that area are being asked to stay inside as well as turn off their HVAC systems.
Now, Storm Team 11 meteorologist Victoria Cavalieri.
Good afternoon. Right now you're taking a live look over Johnson City. Mainly blue skies right now, and we are expecting a gorgeous day today here in the Tri-Cities. Temperatures right now are slowly warming up. It's 69 degrees in Johnson City, 70 degrees in Kingsport, and 71 right now in Bristol. We're also seeing sunshine near Wise at 70 degrees, 69 in Clintwood, and 70 right now in Grundy. As we take a look at the radar, there is no scattered shower or storm activity for the day today. We are going to stay dry all throughout the day due to a building ridge of high pressure. So let's get right to that forecast. Today our temperatures are going to max out in the upper 70s, low 80s. Plenty of sunshine all throughout the day, and we are going to keep dry conditions throughout the evening as well. Temperatures will still be near 70 degrees by the time we get to 7:30 tonight, and this pattern continues for the day tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s. Plenty of sunshine yet again, and we are going to continue this weather pattern throughout the next several days, all due to that high pressure system. Our next chance for wet weather does come for the day on Saturday, but right now I do want to give you an update on the newest tropical depression that has just formed. This is Tropical Depression 16. Right now it has winds sustained about 35 miles per hour. As you take a look and watch that forecast track, it is expected to stay east of the Cancun area and then continue to head towards the Gulf. There is the potential this could become a Category 1 hurricane. We'll continue to update you on this tropical depression coming up in a little bit. But for right now, we're going to give it back to Amy and Casey at the desk.
Again, we continue to follow the situation at Eastman Chemical Company, taking a live look over there from our Bays Mountain camera over the Kingsport area. You can still see a lot of smoke. This is video from earlier today when we received those reports of the different situations happening over there, the explosions that a lot of people were talking about, just the loudness that they heard.
Yeah, you can see the explosion as it happened. It happened about 10:30 this morning. And the fire is right there in the middle of the screen. That is Eastman Chemical Company from high above on our Bays Mountain camera. Now, you heard those sirens. We do have several reports coming in. I have a reliable source talking about the sirens going off. Those are sirens. This is not a drill, and you are asked to shelter in place. So Eastman Chemical Company, the city of Kingsport, the school system, they have systems in place for events just like this. However, this is not a drill, so shelter in place. That means stay indoors and shut off your HVAC systems while the folks at Eastman continue to find out what this means as an explosion in what they are calling the coal gasification area of the plant. Happened about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours ago.
And important to note, if you have students at Kingsport City Schools, they too sheltering in place, waiting for word to find out more information as we continue to monitor the situation.
You're watching breaking news coverage of an explosion at Eastman Chemical Company on News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities.
Give me anything that I hear.
Thank you, David. Hey, Yaz, how you doing? Good. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2. Uh-huh. At about 12:15, 12:17, now we're 2 hours, 15 minutes after what appears to have been a series of explosions at Eastman Chemical Company. Good afternoon, I'm Josh Smith. We're live in the News Channel 11 newsroom, continuing our team coverage here at noon of what Eastman is now calling a process upset in its coal gasification area. Here's video of what apparently a process upset looks like. We are seeing and are hearing from several people about what sounded like and what from our camera on Bays Mountain looks like a series of explosions. From Eastman's perspective, this happened at 10 a.m. From the perspective of people who live right around the plant, we've heard from many of you who've told us you heard an explosion followed by what sounded like a large blast, followed by a series of smaller blasts. One viewer telling us it sounded like firecrackers going off. We're hearing from viewers as far away as Church Hill, Weber City, Virginia, who are saying they heard it and wondered what was going on, and probably heard the notification yesterday Eastman was doing some drills today, safety drills, and so we now believe all the sounds that you heard, if you were anywhere in or around the city of Kingsport or even surrounding communities, was this event right here. Coal gasification, what is that? That's a key function of what they do at Eastman. It's where they take coal basically and turn it into gases. Instead of just burning it, they break it down into its independent individual elements, and that gas is then sold to customers. And so we have been told by Eastman that that is the coal gasification area. Whatever did happen there, that process upset, as Eastman's calling it, is having an impact beyond there. Kingsport City Schools are sheltering in place. We've just learned Northeast State Community College is sheltering in place. And I'm going to assume that's their downtown Kingsport campus. They do have a facility there. Of course, their main campus is out closer to the airport. As far as people living around there, they're being told to stay indoors, as Casey and Amy have been telling you. Curtis McLeod is right there in Kingsport. He was told actually to get away from the plant to a safer area. Curtis, where are you now? What are you seeing?
Well, Josh, we're not too far from Eastman. In fact, we're just several blocks over from where we were before, off of John B. Dennis Highway. I want to show you right now here what I'm seeing now. A stark contrast to what we were witnessing earlier, where there was plumes of black smoke and a lot of, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, pandemonium. A lot of people pulling off to the side of the road. A lot of people not sure what was going on here after they heard those loud noises. One man I spoke with living in Gray said his whole house shook from the sounds that he heard. He came over to see what had happened, and when we got here, we saw pretty much water being sprayed onto the facility, and of course crews responding to see if they could in fact get it contained. It appears now that it does look like it could be contained, because it's a stark contrast from what we saw earlier here in this specific area. Still so many questions by so many people in this area, so many people living near this area, and those students who are in school as well, wanting to know when it will be in fact okay for them to come outside, because a lot of people have been told to shelter in place. Of course, we're going to continue to follow these developments and be sure to bring them to you. We'll be continuing coverage and continue to update you on this developing story. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of an explosion, what Eastman Chemical Company is calling a process upset. This is News Channel 11 at noon.
Continuing our team coverage now, as we've been talking about a lot of people out there on the scene in the Kingsport area. Sydney Cameron following the latest details to come into the newsroom, and I know certainly a lot coming in. Sydney, we're going to toss it over to you at the Right Now desk for the very latest.
All right, we were taking a look at the area around Eastman that is closed at this hour. We know that a stretch of John B. Dennis Highway is closed. We know that that is happening right around the McDonald's down here, all the way up to Lincoln Street as well, which you can see up here on your screen. So we want to talk about what is actually in this area. People in this area are being asked to stay indoors and turn off their HVAC systems. So you see right here, we have the Holiday Inn Express. A lot of restaurants in this area are closed. Back over this way, we are seeing that there are a lot of homes in this area as well that are closed, and these people are the ones that are being asked to stay inside, turn off their HVAC systems. Northeast State is sheltering in place. Kingsport City Schools also sheltering in place. We don't really know how much longer this is going to be closed, this stretch of the road. That is according to Kingsport Police. So we are definitely going to continue to follow this information, this situation, as we get more information into the newsroom. We will be right back.
This is viewer video from Leslie Freeman. We are monitoring breaking news of an explosion earlier this morning at Eastman Chemical Company in Kingsport.
Everything happened about 10 o'clock. We started to get word. You can actually see some of the video, sirens going off in the Kingsport area. The city schools sheltering in place. They're asking homeowners in the Kingsport area around Eastman Chemical Company to shelter in place and turn off your HVAC systems.
Yeah, shelter in place, real simple. Stay indoors right now. I have a phone number for you, 423-229-CARE, 423-229 care. That's the phone number there, eastman.com for more information. We're following it on WJHL.com, but simply put, school sheltering in place, most folks in Kingsport, so stay safe as we continue to monitor this situation.
Turn to WJHL.com for the very latest and on our as develops.